So let's see how input works in a program. So what you have is some variable, let's say equals a equals input. Okay, so that's your variable. I'm sorry, that's your input statement. And what we want to do is, let's say you take the input, you store it in the variable a, and then let's say you want to print the variable, right? Whatever it is, you print the variable, you print a. Okay, so when we run this, what happens is this. Okay, this, the program right now, it's waiting. Okay, you don't, if you don't want to do anything, that's fine, it will keep on waiting. But the program is running. Okay, it's the program is alive, but it's waiting for you to give, to get, like, it's waiting for you to take or to get an input. Okay, and the input can be anything you like. Okay, so let's just type in 3.14, and it prints the same thing, 3.14. Okay, because that's what we did. Now if you want your user, if your output to be a bit more informative than this, you, what you do is you'd say something like entered you entered, and then a comma, a, right? If you do this, run it again, it's still waiting for your user input, right? You can just say 1234, 1234, and it will say you entered 1234. Okay, now just to remind you that the value which is entered as a string. Okay, and if you want to verify that, you can you can say something like this. You can actually print it. You can print uh, the type of a of, sure, a is, and then a comma, and then type a. Okay, and when you run this, it will say the type of a is string, class str. So no matter what you give, you, if you want to give a number, let's say 1, it'll say the type of a is string, and you entered 1. If you enter a floating point, 3.14, again it's a string. This never changes. This line will always remain the same, because no matter what you enter, right, it's always a string. You can, for example, enter a boolean value such as true. Oops, sorry about that. True, and it is still a string. Okay, it is still a string. You enter true, but it's a stringified form of true. It's not exactly the boolean literal. It's a string which contains the value true. Okay,